Hello and welcome to another Writerly Witterings, and today you're seeing a strange sight. This is not a cup of tea, it's water. Why have I got water? Because it's hot outside, as you can see. Right, today we're starting an important journey into the dark side. So I have been given a number of different inks. We've got Platinum, we've got Iroshizuku, we've got Waterman Black, I've got Mont Blanc Black, we've got a number of different Diamine greys and blacks, and a Mont Blanc grey. So today's the first of a set of videos looking at different greys and blacks. So we have today Diamine grey, graphite, onyx black, quartz black and jet black. Let's get on with it. So here we go. We'll start off with Diamine's grey, a colour which has never particularly excited me, but you never know, it might appeal to you. And let's start off with an interesting bit from my latest book. Okay, there's the grey, which I still think is just a little bit boring, really. So let's see what graphite is like. Diamine's graphite. Really interesting spelling there, Jax. Never mind. You know what I mean. Graphite. A bit more interesting because it's that bit darker, which is not so bad. And next we have quartz black, first of the Diamine blacks. Well, it's definitely a black compared to the two greys. Okay, for the second black now, onyx black. Wow, that is... It is strange how some inks you can feel that they are better lubricated. The quartz black was much better lubricated than this one, and that's why this seems to have gone quite thin with the writing. Odd. So, there. And finally for today, jet black. Let's see how that looks on the page. So over here, first one, Diamine grey, does have good shading, has reasonable outlining, but it's just a bit boring, isn't it? Diamine graphite I actually find rather more interesting, even though it's got no effective shading whatsoever. It's more or less a darker version of grey. When we come down to the actual blacks, quartz black is distinctly different. You can see the Diamine graphite almost has a green tinge to it. I don't know if that shows up on the camera, but it has, take my word for it. The quartz black is pure black, but it does allow for a certain amount of shading. There's a little bit of interest in that. It's more interesting to me than here, the onyx black, which you can see it does seem to have gone down on the page more thinly, by which I mean the lines are actually thinner than with all of these others, and I think it's either because it's more concentrated or don't know, they've done something else to it. There's no visible shading that I can see whatsoever. There's no outlining. It's a perfectly good black if you want something for business use, but not to my taste. The jet black is actually more interesting. I'd say the jet black is a darker version of the quartz. There is definite shading, outlining pretty much non-existent, but it's a very nice sort of tone when it goes down on the page. So if I was going to go for any of them, it'd probably be quartz or jet black, but as usual, it's all entirely up to you as to which ones you like. At least now you've got a vague comparison of the first 5. Next week there will be more. Well, there we go. Not sure I like the greys. I've actually been using a grey for some years now, and I still have rather a huge amount of it left in its pot because it doesn't appeal to me that much. But oddly enough, when I started out writing, everything had to be in black for me, but now black I find a bit boring. I'm much happier with the blues. Well, I'm much more happy with the greens, the browns, and especially my Ackerman very dark Israel Zeeblau, which is just a gorgeous colour. But next week, hopefully you'll see a bunch of blacks that you might like. It's useful to get the comparison anyway and see how they turn out on the page. Thanks a lot for watching. There's a Patreon link down at the bottom if you want to help support this site. Other than that, add a comment, subscribe, hit the bell button if you want to be notified when there's another video coming out, share it, and give me your comments on your favourite blacks if you're interested, because it'll be good to see. And apart from that, thanks a lot for watching. Cheers, speak to you soon.